Welcome to this presentation on karma, free will, and liberation. We begin with a simple idea. Destiny is not a fixed cage, but a system that can be understood, influenced, and ultimately transformed through conscious action. This slide challenges the common image of human beings as helpless puppets. Instead of a world ruled by arbitrary control, it presents reality as a precise system of cause and effect, where justice depends on accountability, not coincidence. Here we see how divine grace is framed as interacting with the karmic ledger. The appeal begins with sincere prayer. The withdrawal comes from a transfer of stored balance, and the rule of law still stands at the center of the process. The three pillars of karma help organize the whole framework. Sanchita is the stored total of past actions, prarabdha is the portion currently unfolding, and agamiya is the new karma being created right now through present choices. This matrix compares the three forms of karma in a clearer way. It shows that the past is largely out of our hands, the present environment is already allotted, and only the future remains fully open to human intention and action. The system blueprint makes the flow even easier to visualize. Sanchita feeds into prarabdha as the destined environment, while agamiya is the one point where free will enters and allows the person to shape what comes next. This slide uses a speedometer and a steering wheel to show the limits of divination. Astrology may describe the conditions and momentum of life, but it cannot tell you the exact turning point where conscious choice changes the direction. Here, agamiya karma is presented as the master key. It is not inherited from the past or dictated from above, but created through present resolve, which means it is the only force capable of rewriting destiny. The anatomy of a moment brings the whole logic together. A destined situation arrives, a conscious response follows, and that response becomes new karma, quietly changing the shape of the future ledger. Virtue is shown here as something more than moral idealism. When conditions are difficult, good action becomes the practical antidote, redirecting suffering and proving that sincere effort can still transform the course of life. Kamya karma is different because it is driven by desire for a specific reward. Even when the action looks noble, attachment to the result keeps the chain intact and continues the cycle of return. The oil bowl metaphor captures the path from fear to freedom. First comes paralysis, then distraction, and finally mastery, where action continues, but the person is no longer trapped by anxiety about the outcome. Nishkamya karma represents liberated action without a sense of doership. The deed happens naturally, according to the needs of the moment, yet it leaves no karmic debt behind and keeps the inner ledger perfectly balanced. This slide clarifies that realization does not mean becoming emotionless. The enlightened mind still experiences feelings, but it observes them without being ruled by them, allowing action to remain spontaneous and clear. Finally, the evolution of the soul is shown as a journey from victimhood to mastery and then to divine participation. The first stage feels bound by fate, the second uses free will to reshape life, and the last transcends the ledger altogether.